You are 7 miles above the earth. You press a small silver button on the airplane toilet. There is a sharp sudden roar, and then the bowl is empty. Everyone has wondered the same thing in that exact moment. Where does it go? The honest answer surprises almost everyone. It does not fall to the ground below. It does not drift away into the clouds. It goes almost nowhere at all. It stays on the plane, sealed inside a hidden tank, riding with you until you land. That roar you hear is not water. A home toilet uses around 6 liters of water to flush. An airplane cannot carry that. Water is heavy, and weight is fuel, and fuel is money and range. So aircraft engineers made a bold trade. They removed almost all the water and replaced it with something invisible and violent: air pressure. When you press that button, a valve snaps open between 2 worlds. On one side, the ordinary cabin air around you. On the other, a pipe held at powerful suction. The difference between them does the work in less than a second. That single flush uses barely a cup of liquid, sometimes none at all. It is one of the quietest pieces of engineering you will ever sit on top of. And yet almost everyone believes a myth about it. A myth about the sky, and about falling ice, and about what pilots supposedly do over open ocean. The truth is stranger and far more controlled. To understand it, you first have to understand the force hiding inside that pipe. Because the machine that empties the bowl is not a machine at all. It is a difference in pressure. A vacuum, in plain terms, is simply a space with less air pressure than its surroundings. Air always rushes from high pressure toward low pressure. That rush is the entire secret of the airplane toilet. The system was patented by an inventor named James Kemper in 1975. Boeing first installed his vacuum design in commercial aircraft in the early 1980s. Before that, planes used heavy water-based systems that sloshed, leaked, and froze. Kemper's idea changed everything by removing the water and using the atmosphere as a pump. Here is how it works inside the aircraft. A network of sealed pipes runs behind the cabin walls, kept at low pressure by a vacuum generator. When you flush, a valve opens for about 1 second. The higher pressure cabin air instantly floods toward the low pressure pipe. Everything in the bowl is swept along with that torrent of moving air. The waste travels at speeds that can approach 100 kilometers per hour through the piping. It does not need water to carry it. It needs only that pressure difference, and the pull is enormous. A non-stick coating inside the bowl, similar to the coating on a frying pan, means very little liquid is required to leave it clean. That is why the flush is so loud and so brief. You are hearing a controlled rush of air, not a wave of water. All of it ends in one place, a large sealed tank near the rear of the aircraft, waiting quietly for the ground. But something has to keep that tank from becoming unbearable across a 12-hour flight. And that is where a strange blue liquid enters the story. The tank is sealed, but sealed is not the same as safe. Human waste breeds bacteria. Bacteria produce gas. Gas produces odor. Across a long flight, a single tank could turn hostile without help. So engineers add a disinfecting fluid, and traditionally it is dyed a deep blue. For decades, this was known as blue ice fluid, or SkyChem. Its job is simple and serious. It breaks down solids, it neutralizes odor, and it kills much of the bacteria before it can multiply. The blue color is deliberate. It let ground crews instantly see leaks or spills against the bright metal of the aircraft. A blue streak meant a problem. Clean metal meant a sealed system. The dye turned a hidden fluid into a visible warning. Older aircraft recirculated this fluid, pumping the same treated liquid back to rinse the bowl again. Newer vacuum systems use so little liquid that recirculation is barely needed. A few small pumps and a modest reservoir handle an entire long-haul flight. The chemistry is doing quiet work you never see or smell, and this is the exact moment the famous myth was born. Because sometimes, very rarely, A tiny amount of that blue fluid leaked from a valve on the outside of the plane. At high altitude, it froze instantly into a chunk of blue-tinted ice, clinging to the aircraft's skin. Then, during descent into warmer air, it broke free and fell. People on the ground found strange blue ice in their yards. And the rumors began, and they spread for years. The story everyone tells about airplane waste is real, but it is almost entirely misunderstood. Ask most people, and they will tell you the same thing. Pilots dump the tanks in flight. It is confident, it is common, and it is false. No commercial pilot can release the waste tank during flight. The control is not in the cockpit at all. The tank can only be emptied from the outside of the aircraft, through a sealed valve on the fuselage, by a ground vehicle after landing. The mechanism is designed so no one aloft can open it. So where did the myth come from? From that rare blue ice, the frozen leak of disinfecting fluid we just described. When a valve seal aged or failed, a small amount of treated liquid could escape and freeze onto the plane's skin. Over hours it grew into a hard blue lump. As the aircraft ascended, that lump warmed, loosened, and fell. There are documented cases of blue ice crashing through rooftops. In 2016, a lump reportedly damaged a house in Gujarat, India. These were leaks, not dumps. And they were accidents, not routine. The distinction matters enormously. A dump implies a pilot choosing to release waste over your head. A leak implies a worn seal that airlines actively inspect and repair. Aviation authorities like the FAA treat blue ice events as maintenance faults to be fixed, not as normal operation. Modern seals and better fluids have made these incidents rarer still. The truth is almost boring in its safety. The waste never touches the sky by design. It waits in a tank until a truck arrives. But how that truck empties it in under 15 minutes is the part almost no passenger ever sees. The plane lands. Passengers file out, thinking of luggage and taxis. Beneath the fuselage, a small truck rolls up. Ground crews call it the honey truck, or the lavatory service vehicle. This is where the journey of your flush finally ends. A technician connects a wide hose to the sealed valve on the aircraft's belly. The tank empties into the truck, driven by suction and gravity. Then clean water and fresh blue disinfecting fluid are pumped back up to prime the system for the next flight. The whole process takes roughly 10 to 15 minutes. The truck carries the waste to an airport facility, where it enters the same municipal sewage system that serves the surrounding city. From there, it is treated exactly like the waste from any building. Nothing is released into the environment untreated. Nothing was released during your flight. The mystery you wondered about at 35,000 feet has a mundane, careful, deeply engineered answer. So think back to that single button and that sudden roar. In 1 second, cabin air rushed into a low-pressure pipe. A cup of liquid did the work of 6 liters of water. Blue fluid stood guard against odor and bacteria. A sealed tank held everything safely across an ocean, and a quiet truck closed the loop on the ground. The whole system exists, so you never have to think about it. That is the mark of great engineering. It disappears. The next time you press that silver button, you will know the truth. Your waste never falls from the sky. It rides home with you, sealed, treated, and grounded. Airplane waste stays on board, sealed until safely on the ground.